Hey everybody, Jeremy here, and welcome to another haul video of all the things that I picked up over the past week or so. Now, to be honest with you, I actually recorded this video once before last week, but I somehow managed to delete all of that data off of my memory card, and now I have to do it again. But that's okay because I got a few more things even after I made that video, so now I can just put all that stuff together and make this video a little bit longer. So, let's get started. Now, I know that in the past videos I've shown like one pop at a time or so, but I actually have more than one pop to show you this time. That's how we're always going to start these things off, with any pops that I have. The first one being this Walmart exclusive Dr. Harleen. So this is from Suicide Squad. This is Harley Quinn in her less crazy persona. And this is a Walmart exclusive. I know a lot of people have been going around trying to find this and the Walmart exclusive Joker. And surprisingly, they had both at my Walmart. Not really interested in the Joker. The only Joker that I really thought was pretty cool was the FYE exclusive one that was metallic in the 2-pack with Harley Quinn. And I thought this one was neat because this is much more different than all the other Harley Quinns that we have. She's dressed like a normal person, so in a way, it's almost like a completely different character. So that's the reason that I decided, like, yeah, I can add another Harley to my collection because it's unlike any other Harley that I have. And they must have just put out these pops because when you get a really good pop box, it's very straight and angular, and you can really feel it. It feels like a nice crisp box. So as a pop in general, it's not the most spectacular looking pop in the world. It's pretty cool. She's got her little folder there. The glasses are cool. I like the outfit. It doesn't blow me away from a design standpoint, but just so that it's almost, like I said earlier, a completely different character. And this is the sane Harley Quinn, at least in appearance. I thought it was worth picking up. So I got this from Walmart. And of course, they haven't raised their pop prices. You can still get them around $9 or so. So after that, I wanted to try my luck at the Walgreens restocks from some of the Spider-Man pops, and I got lucky. So here's some that are out of the box. The first one here is the Green Goblin. Now, this is not the Chase variant Green Goblin. I wish I could find that one. And if I do, I will get the Chase because that one's metallic. But this is just a regular Walgreens exclusive Green Goblin. And this is a restock along with Black Suit Spider-Man, Iron Spider, Taskmaster, and I think that's it. I think that might be it. And I managed to find this guy in one Walgreens I never find anything from. So this Green Goblin, he does come with a stand because his head feels awfully heavy. That's because I'm pretty sure this mold right here is really adding a lot of weight to the head. So they had to give him a little stand to stand on, otherwise he would just fall completely backwards. I can kind of feel it right now. So I was happy to get this Green Goblin. And while I was also there, he's like falling over already. Let me make sure he's more secure. All right, so I also found in there the Black Suit Spider-Man. And this is actually glow in the dark, so you shine a nice light on him or a black light for a little while, and then all these little white parts here, they will glow for you. So I managed to find these two as part of the restock. I also found Taskmaster in 2 Walgreens, but the paint on both of them were just really bad. I try not to be too much of a stickler about paint, but in this case, it was just too much. I mean, it was messed up all in the eyes. And I actually also found the Teen Titans Raven as Wonder Woman at Toys R Us. And I was going to get that because that's the only one that I don't have. But man, like I said, the paint was like glaringly bad. So I had to just push it back. Like, I'm just going to walk away from this, try my luck some other time. So yeah, Black Suit Spider-Man, the one that I want the most out of all of these restocks, besides the whole Chase Green Goblin, is the Iron Spider. Still looking for him, haven't been able to find him. Not even my golden Walgreens, the one that I always like to go to because they always have something I want. They haven't put out the restocks yet, and my guess is because the shelves that they have are still fully stocked with those Star Wars exclusives, with the Plo Koon and the Reese and the AT-AT Driver. Those are still there along with some G.I. Joe pops. So I'm thinking that if they can kind of move those out, then maybe they'll bring in the the restocks of these cool Marvel pops, and maybe we'll get a chance to pick those up. So that's all of the pops that I have for right now. I'm going to get into some other stuff that I have here on the floor. And let's start things off with the action figures. This is the Green Ranger. So, of course, I am a child of the 90s. So, of course, I love Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. You know, that was the Power Ranger series that I grew up with. And I've been seeing these guys around a lot, and I've always just ignored them because I really thought it was just a Hasbro, Mattel type thing. Like, how good could they really be? But these figures here are actually made by Bandai, which is very interesting. And they are part of a series where if you get all of them, you can build a Megazord. So in this case, the Green Ranger doesn't come with anything. But if you get the Red Ranger and the Blue Ranger and the Black Ranger and the Yellow Ranger and the Pink Ranger, they each come with a piece of the Megazord that you can put together, which is pretty neat. And I got this from Walmart. It was about 20 bucks. And let me tell you, I am thoroughly impressed with these Bandai figures. They have some really great articulation. If I can just demonstrate right now. I mean, check it out. That leg goes up all the way that way. He has a double jointed knee. He's got this rotation right here on his boot. He also gets some ankle pivot all the way around that ankle pivot. That's awesome. You also get this nice, awesome elbow that goes about 90 degrees. You can move his head up about that much, and you can move it down about that much. He's got this ab crunch that goes that far forward and that far back, and you can rotate it. And he also has this really nicely painted accessory. I'm not too sure what the sword was called, if it was like the Dark Sword or something like that. I'm not too sure. And then he also has the this dagger, which is actually very nicely painted. And as you saw, I just knocked it off, when I first picked him up. But it pegs right into the side there. And you can just always have all of his accessories on him at one time. And is pretty nicely painted as well. So Bandai did a pretty good job on these. I know they also made those legacy figures, and I don't know how those quite work out. But as far as this line right here, with the whole Build a Megazord thing, I think it's pretty good. Now, right now, they only have the Green Ranger and the Red Ranger out. If you want the Black Ranger and the Blue Ranger and the Yellow Ranger, those are most likely, they're going to come in the line later. Later down the line, it will come out in the line. So in addition to him, I also got the Red Ranger because, those are the only two available right now in this new series. So, of course, you got to have Tommy and Jason, and on my display, I just kind of have them squaring off against each other. Now, unfortunately, Jason does not have like the power sword. He just has this blaster, and it doesn't really... I wish you can like point it, make it look like he was getting ready to shoot, but it doesn't seem like you can really do that comfortably. But I still think that it's a good figure. Now, the biggest problem that I have with these has to do with the interchangeable hands. Now, the Green Ranger comes with a pair of interchangeable hands. I don't think Red Ranger did, but the Green Ranger does. And the problem with that is the little ball joint that connects the hands to the rest of the body. When you're trying to put the extra hand on there, that joint moves forward and back. So as you're trying to like stick that hand on here, I'm going to try to make a little, demonstration with my hands. You're trying to stuff it on there and it keeps doing this. So if you force it like I did, I ended up snapping the little ball joint in half, but it didn't break. It just broke it apart in half. And I had to really apply some pressure to get it to snap back into place. So when you're swapping out the hands for the Green Ranger, if you feel that joint is moving back and forth, just bring it back to center. And you're probably going to have to wiggle that hand on there as opposed to just shoving it down on the peg like we usually do with some other action figure lines, because Bandai doesn't do theirs the exact same way. I wish that they changed it because it's a little bit too finicky. And the hands don't snap on as easy and as seamless as a lot of other lines. So I hope that they can tweak and adjust that. But just be aware, when you're swapping out the hands, that is something to be aware of. So, yep, Green Ranger and Red Ranger. And another thing that I found randomly, and I had some time to spare. I went into Walmart I never went into before, just looking around, and I found this guy. Cable from Marvel Legends. X-Men Legends, rather. And although I don't have a lot of Marvel Legends stuff, sometimes there's a character that comes out that I'm like, well, it's hard to ignore. In the case of X-Men, we don't get a lot of X-Men action figures, especially in the design from the era in which I looked at the X-Men cartoon show. So like when we get that Rogue in that classic outfit or Wolverine in that classic outfit, no one cares about Havoc, so let's not even talk about him. But then you got Cable here. You know, not a whole lot of cool Cable action figures, especially for a cheap price these days. You know, the Marvel Select one is pretty cool, but that one has risen in price substantially since it was since it first came out. And I think this is pretty cool. You know, he's got these huge guns. The metal arm is awesome. They did a good job on the sculpt with the half organic, half metal features of Cable and the cool scratches on his eye, in the yellow and red eye that he has over there on the cybernetic side. So I think this is really cool. I know the new X-Men Legends are very popular right now. I have no plans on getting any of the other ones, but this Cable stood out to me the most. So if you live in my area, you can rest assured knowing that I'm not going to scoop them up before you do. But yeah, this Cable is definitely worth the addition to my collection. Now, I think that there's one more thing that I need to show you. I'm looking around. Yeah, one more thing I have to show you is right here on the table. So I'm going to drag her over. So this is the PlayArts Kai Black Widow. This is the variant Black Widow PlayArts Kai. And I got this from GameStop. You might have seen my review of the Darkseid PlayArts Kai figure. There he is right there. Oh. And I thought, like, man, that is a very cool look. I think that, you know, I love the stature of them. I love the uniqueness of the design. You know, they don't look just like the characters that that they portray, you know, Square Enix. So they put like a little anime flair on it. And this Black Widow I got at a GameStop and on clearance, and it was $50, just like Darkseid, which for PlayArts Kai figures is considered to be a cheap and affordable price. And this Black Widow is really cool. She comes with a lot of different accessories. She comes with different interchangeable hands. She has this cool effect right here for like a wrist-mounted Gatling gun. So those are the effects that come out of there. Of course, she has her pistols. There's one right here, and then there's also one holstered right there on her back. She comes with like this electro, lightning taser-y type of effect that I don't think you can actually have her hold. It probably just wraps around some other figure if you were displaying her as if she were fighting. And of course the articulation is just really great, you know, and a lot of these PlayArts Kai figures these days, you know, they come with these stands that you have to build up. They aren't the greatest stands in the world, like as you can see, like mine wobbles a bit, but it's good enough because I can hold her in this pose in midair, and that's really cool. I really like that. Great paint, love the armor, love the metallic stuff. Like I said, the articulation is really good. This is definitely a figure that I can take her out of this pose and put her into another pose and not really feel like, oh, well, this is the only one that I'm good at. This is the only one that she is going to stay. So I don't want to touch her because she might break, or I can't get a decent pose out of her other than this. No, she can be posed up in a variety of different ways, and I think she looks fantastic. It's a really great figure, and I'm really into this PlayArts Kai stuff. The only thing that keeps me from getting more is that they are crazy expensive, especially some of the ones like Batman and like Steampunk Batman, or like, what is it, the Hawkman, you know. Ooh, Hawkman looks awesome. And then they got these other ones coming out, like Batman as like Two-Face Batman. I'm saying like a lot, but Two-Face Batman, and it just looks really great. But those cost, you know, well over $100, and right now I'm kind of like, I don't know. But if I can find them on clearance, I am all over them. So big ups to GameStop for that. So yep, that's all the stuff that I got last week. And of course, this one is going to be the highlight because, you know, this figure looks really awesome. I really like it. So I'm going to find some place to display these guys. No idea where they're going to go. And be rest assured that when another week passes, or whenever I gather enough stuff that I think is enough to warrant another haul video, I'm going to make another one for you guys. And if you want to see that video when it inevitably comes out, be sure to subscribe to this channel so you can see it as soon as I post it. So that's all for now. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, I'm Jeremy, and I'll talk to you later.